Hello everyone. With me, Teacher Lirenz, I'm going to explain about linking words. These are the keywords for writing, such as for IELTS, TOEFL, and all international exams. Halo semua, hari ini saya akan menjelaskan tentang linking words atau kata penghubung yang berguna untuk kita menulis baik untuk IELTS atau apapun ujian internasional kita. Okay, let's check it out. Expressing opinions. Menunjukkan opini kita. In my opinion. In my view. From my point of view, it seems to me that I feel, I realize, I imagine, it appears that, to my way of thinking, restatement. Restatement, statement kembali, mengungkapkan kembali. Alternatively, stated, expressed simply, in a nutshell, in other words, in short, in simple language, in simple terms, otherwise stated, put in another way, simplified, simply put, that is to say, to put it differently, generalizing. Generally, overall, in general, basically, I believe, as a rule, by and large, all things considered, essentially, on the whole, it seems to me that, all in all, generally speaking, for the most part, in most cases. Comparing, membandingkan. Alike, as with, both, either, equal, equally, in like manner, just as, so too, just like, likewise, resembles, same as, by the same token, compare or compared to or with, in a similar manner, and in the spitting image of, similar to, similarly, still another, most important, correspondingly, in common, either or, neither nor, just as or just like, as, also, in the same way, at the same time, still another. Contrasting, hal yang kontras ya, berlawanan. However, in contrast, on the contrary, differ from, even though, although, though, otherwise, but, instead, alternatively, yet, nevertheless, at the same time, whereas, contrary to, conversely, despite this, in spite of, I don't agree with you, on the other hand. Another contrasting. I'm sorry, but I disagree. I'm afraid I can't agree with you. The problem is that I doubt whether, or I very much doubt whether, this is in complete contradiction to, with all due respect. I am of a different opinion because I cannot share this or that or the view. I cannot agree with this idea. What I object to is I have my own thoughts about that. Expressing full agreement. Certainly, definitely. Doubtless, no doubt. I am of the same opinion. Undoubtedly. That's exactly what I think. Of course. There is no doubt about it that I completely or absolutely agree with you. I agree with you entirely. I totally agree with you. I simply must agree with that. Clarification. I mean, in explanation, in lay terms, in other words, in simple terms, simply put, simply stated, that is to say, to break it down, to clearly define, to explain, to make plain, to put it clearly, to put it in another way, to simplify, emphasis, undoubtedly, indeed, obviously, particularly, in or in particular, especially, clearly, importantly, absolutely, definitely, without a doubt, never, it should be noted. Addition. Additionally, furthermore, also, to, as well as that, along with, besides, in addition, moreover, not only, but also, in addition to this, apart from this, result, as a result, as a consequence of, therefore, thus, consequently, hence, for this reason, due to, accordingly. Order. First or firstly, second or secondly, third or thirdly, finally, at this time, following, previously, before, subsequently, above all, last but not least, first and foremost. Illustration. as an example of, for example, or for instance, for one thing, illustrated by, in another case, in the case of, in this situation, including, like, namely, on this occasion, proof of this, specifically, such as, to clarify, to demonstrate, to simplify. Concession. Admittedly, all the same, up to a point, even though, in spite of, although or even though, even if, however. Reason, because of, with this in mind, in fact, in order to, due to, for the purpose of, given that, granted that, in view of, owing to, provided that, seeing that, so that, with this intention, with this purpose. Condition. If, in that case, in case, unless, in the event that, as, because of, although this may be true, even if, given that, granted that, on the condition that, only if, since, then, when, whenever, while. As applied to, as far as, concerning, considering, in connection to, in terms, pertaining to, regarding, speaking about or speaking of, the fact that, with regards to, with respect to. Now about summary. All things considered. All together. As demonstrated above, as noted, as shown above, as you can see, briefly, by and large, generally speaking, given these points, in a word, in any event, in brief, in short, in conclusion, in a sense, in summary, in the end, in the final analysis, on the whole, overall, therefore, to conclude, to end, to sum up, to summarize, ultimately. Okay, that was the end of the linking words. Thank you for listening. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to my channel because it's free of charge. And if you want to join my community, English community, please drop a comment below. Or if you have any idea of what you want me to explain, please drop a comment below. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a good day.